Got the SR22, the Ruger SR22. I'm going to do a quick little video, show you how to take the upper off, as well as how to clean this weapon. So the first thing that you want to do is obviously make sure that the weapon is unloaded. So take the mag out, chamber's clear. Now there's a lever down here on the bottom, right here. And the first thing that you do is pull that out. Brand new guns, I've noticed that that lever is really, really stiff, and so you might have to get like a screwdriver or something down there. You don't want to scratch it up, but something that'll give you a little bit of leverage. The first time I took this gun apart, I about broke my fingernail off trying to pry that down, so that's normal. And once that's flipped open, then what you do is leave the safety off, leave the hammer back, and it'll pop right off. You just pull it back, and it just pops right off. So it's pretty simple. And then you've got a spring and a pin here. When you put this back together, this pin has a little hammer, like a little nail head end here, and the spring has a big end and a regular. Here the spring's about the same width, and then here it flares up on the side. So the nail head part of the pin, the part of the pin that looks like a nail head, that goes on the part of the spring that's not flared out, and that part is what connects to the lower and goes into the little hole in the receiver. And then the part of the spring that's flared out, that's a little bigger, it's what goes into the upper and goes in. And then when you put it back on, when you put the upper back on, it's actually best to take the safety off, pull the hammer back, and it'll make it a little bit easier for that to slide back on. You just kind of pull it up and push it down, slide it back on, and then push that pin back over, and you're good to go. So I'm going to break this down again really quick. Pull that off, and then when you clean it, most carbon that you'll have will be down here on the lower. Down here, you clean all that carbon off, scrub it off, clean this area mostly down through here, and then you'll have some carbon. Most of your carbon's going to be up here. And then when you oil it, make sure you don't get a lot of oil down in the actual mechanism. What you do is you put a couple of drops of oil on a Q-tip, and then just run the Q-tip along here, here, along the sides, a couple strips along here, and then just this slide right here where there's actually contact. That's it. That's all the oil put on it. And you don't want, and this is true for all firearms, you don't want to glob the oil and have the oil run down into the mechanism down inside. You don't need oil down there, and you don't want a ton of oil down there. And that's it. That's all you do. Put it back together. Again, the nail head part of the pin goes down there. Slide this back on. Pin back up. That's the SR22.